Hi, ladies. Hello, hello, hello. I'm so excited about our training topic tonight because it is truly one of the things that I hear most often from people that they really struggle with, and that is time management. How do you get all the things done in a day that you need to get done without completely neglecting your family and your other priorities, especially if you're working another job? It's really important to be intentional about your time. So, we're going to talk about time management tonight. A few really quick things, okay? Life is meant to be participated in, and so is this training. So feel free to ask questions, make comments. I will do my best to answer them, but I get distracted really easily. So I will circle back at the end to answer any questions that I didn't answer during the training. I really, really encourage you. Sorry, I have an itchy nose. Thank you. I really encourage you to grab something to jot down some notes on because I'm going to give you a lot of information tonight and it's going to be really practical. If you know me at all, you know that my trainings are practical. They're like, I can do XYZ, because one of my biggest pet peeves are trainings that are all theory and you're like, okay, but what do I do? So we're going to talk about what do I do, okay? So let's talk time management, ladies. Do grab something to take notes on because it's really going to help you out. I always think I'm going to remember stuff, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But I always think I'm going to remember stuff, and then I don't. Like, it's gone. I don't remember it. Okay, so I have notes. I wrote some notes down so that I can stay on track for you and not have too many squirrel moments tonight, okay? So the first thing about time management is you need to know what your priorities are, okay? This is just water, I promise. Okay, you need to know what your priorities are. So in life, we're always juggling about a million things at once, right? Ladies, tell me some of the things that you are juggling just in an everyday, day-to-day life kind of basis. We have all of these different things that we're trying to keep up in the air. We're trying to keep up with our kids' schedules and maybe our partner or our spouse's schedule. We're trying to keep up with maybe volunteer activities. We're trying to keep up with just the house. I don't know about you, but just keeping up with my house, I feel like it's a losing battle. I clean it, and like an hour later, it needs my attention again. I've half given up, you guys. But there's all these things that we're constantly juggling. But here's the thing. There are a few of these balls that we're juggling that are not just going to bounce back if we drop them. These balls are made out of glass, and if we drop them, they're going to shatter. Okay, you need to figure out what your glass balls are. What are the things in your life that you absolutely cannot drop? If you drop them, everything falls apart. Okay, everything falls apart. For me, my family and my faith are two of my most prized glass balls, and these are my priorities. Everything else juggles around them. If I have to drop all of the other balls, I'm going to make sure I always catch these and I always have them in the air. So the first thing for time management is you need to figure out what are your glass balls, because everything else is going to revolve around those things, okay? So know what those are. For me, my family and my faith are two major priorities for me. And that is why I schedule my workday so that in the evenings after dinner until my kids go to bed or they're heading towards bed, that's their time. I am very rarely online at that time. I may pop on just to drop a shopping link in parties. If my kids don't need my attention and my husband's doing his own thing, I may pop on a little bit. But most evenings, that's my family time and my phone is put away. I also structure my work week so that my weekends, I don't work much on weekends. In fact, Sundays I work almost not at all, okay? Because I'm prioritizing my faith and my family. But that's for me personally, and that's what works for me, okay? Another thing that I do to prioritize my family and my faith is I don't do home parties. And I know there are so many leaders that are like, you should do home parties. And I get it. Home parties are great. And I absolutely support home parties. But for me, I have such limited time with my family since my kids are in school full time that I don't want to take my nights or my weekends away from them. So if I don't have to do them, I don't. I do one-on-one consultations. Friends come to me. We hang out while the kids are in school. But that's just something that I have decided for my own personal business not to do. I'm not telling you to do that for your business. I'm talking about my business and how I have chosen to structure my business around my priorities so that I can keep them priorities. Okay. All right. So glass balls, know what your glass balls are and make sure you never drop them. Structure your business and your life around those things. Okay. A really great way to figure out what your priorities are is if something is pulling for your time, just say, I'm sorry, that's not a priority for me right now, and see how that feels. If your kid comes up to you and they're like, hey, can I tell you about my day? And you're like, that's not a priority for me. And that like hurts your heart big time. They're a priority. Okay. All right. So let's move on to how to structure your day to maximize the amount of work you're able to do. And I'm not talking about like sacrificing sleep. I'm not talking about going crazy here. You may have to get up a little bit earlier. You may have to stay up a little bit later, depending on what your day looks like. But I want to give you some really, I'm about to say, excuse me. Excuse me. I want to give you some practical tips for structuring your day so that you get the things done in your business that absolutely need to get done. Okay. So I always say, if you've talked to me at all ever about time management or working your business smarter, not harder, or making progress, here's what you've probably heard me say to you. You need to go to bed with a plan and wake up with a purpose. Go to bed with a plan and wake up with purpose. So how do you do that? Okay. So at night, before you go to bed, I want you to sit down and I want you to write down all the things you think you need to do tomorrow, like all of them. Just dump it all out of your brain. One, you're going to sleep better because you're not going to be up at night trying to think of all the things you need to not forget to do tomorrow. So just write them all down. And then you need to go through and think, okay, what are the things I really don't need to do tomorrow? And you need to circle the things that really need to get done for your life and for your business. Okay. Then you're going to decide, how am I going to get those into my day? You're going to look at your day. Where are my gaps? Can I use my lunch break? What am I going to do? What can I do on my commute? Can I listen to something? Is there something I can do on my commute maybe? If I need to make phone calls, okay? What can I do on my commute if I have a commute? What can I do in my morning break? What can I do when I get off of work? What can I do before bed? What can I do while the kids are watching TV at night and they don't really need me? Okay, so look at your next day and figure out, where are all those pieces going to fit? And the truth is, it may require you to get up just a little bit early and stay up just a little bit later if what your priority is growing your business, okay? Because this is something that you can fit into your life, but you have to intentionally fit it into your life. Otherwise, you're going to be scrambling, always trying to catch up with the next thing. So be intentional about what's going to go where. The best way to wake up with purpose is to have a fast five. A fast five. These are 5 essential things that you do for your business before you do anything else for your day. And they're different for everyone and where you are in your business and what you need to do, okay? But these are 5 tasks that you will do before you do anything else. You're not going to start scrolling through Facebook. You're not going to check your email. You're not even going to get up and brush your teeth. You're just going to wake up. You're going to do these 5 things. Two reasons. One, you're going to then start your day feeling like an absolute rock star because you've already crossed these big 5 things off of your list for the day. Like, that's amazing to start your day already feeling way ahead of the curve and that you're really productive. And even if your entire day falls apart after that, you got those 5 essential things that you need to keep your business growing done first thing in the morning. You may have to wake up 20 or 30 minutes earlier, but isn't your business and being successful and reaching your goals worth 30 minutes a day, right? Okay, so you've got your fast 5. I'm going to tell you my fast 5. If you need help picking your fast 5, reach out to me, reach out to your upline, and we can help you figure out what those 5 things should be, okay? So my fast 5, I wrote them down because my brain, I'm telling you, it's terrible, okay? So first thing, I check in with my team chats because one of my priorities is making sure that you guys have what you need and that you are supported, okay? So I check in with all my team chats and everybody and check in, see how everybody's doing. I then schedule my party posts for the day. I have a bunch of parties going at once, so I just pop on, I schedule them all for each party for the day, and then I don't have to think about them the rest of the day. I check in with my hostesses as part of that, okay? Because that's part of scheduling my posts is I send a post to my hostesses to share that day, okay? So check in with my hostesses. I send messages to book parties every single morning unless my calendar is full. It does fill up sometimes, in which case I switch to sending other messages just to check in or talk about the opportunity. But I send messages every morning to book parties, okay? Every morning. I just shoot out some messages to some ladies who are active. And then I send birthday messages. Every single day I see whose birthday it is, and I don't post on their wall. I send them a private message to wish them a happy birthday, a personal happy birthday message, okay? Now, let me give you a little tip for making these even faster. On your phone, whether you have an Apple or a Droid, you can actually set up text like keyboard shortcuts. So you type in like 2 or 3 letters or a number and it populates this entire message and you just touch it and the whole message just whoop, magically appears. I do this for my booking. I do these for checking in. I do these with follow-up. I do these for checking in about joining my VIP group. I have these for my birthday messages and I just change the name. Like, you guys, it saves so much time. I'm like BK Wunsch and it brings up my party booking message and I just personalize it and off it goes, okay? So quick little tips. Work smarter, not harder, okay? And then while I am doing other things, like if I go work out or I'm working, I will do personal development. And that's how I fit that into my day is I'll put on a video to listen to or I'll watch something while I'm working out. Okay. So those are my fast 5. And then personal development is essential. You need to figure out how to get it into your day. But pick 5 things that you need and they should revolve around book, sell, sponsor, mindset. They should revolve around those 4 things because that's what we need in our business for it to grow, okay? So knock out those 5 things because then you're going to start your day feeling accomplished. Plus, let's just be honest. Once we get going for the day, it gets really easy to get distracted by other things. Other things pop up in our day. Our kid forgot that they have a school project due. You have to make dinner. You have to take the cat to the vet. Like, all these things pop up in our day. And before we know it, it's bedtime and we haven't figured out how to get our business into our day and our day is gone. Okay, so if you start your day with your fast 5, then you at least bare minimum have those things going on and they're done and you're maintaining and growing your business. Those other things that you brain dumped the night before, those go on your to-do list and you already thought through when you're going to do those, okay? But here's the key. Set the time. If you've got 30 minutes on your lunch break to work, turn off all your notifications. Don't get distracted by scrolling through Facebook or Instagram. Don't go check your email. Turn off all your notifications, set a timer for 30 minutes, and for those 30 minutes, power through your to-do list and get as much done as you can. Once your to-do list is done, you can scroll Facebook to your heart's content, okay? But you gotta get those things in. It's about discipline and being intentional, okay? All right, so let's talk about how I structure my week and my month to have a system that is like a wheel that keeps turning, okay? Just like parties, once you start booking them and you're making new friends, then you book from those friends and it just keeps that wheel turning. This is the wheel for my business. I have things that I do every day of the week and then tips that I'm going to give you for the month. Okay, so let's talk about my personal system. This is not the ultimate system. This is simply my system that works well for me. All that's important is that you have a system that works well for you and that you can keep up with, okay? So on Mondays, I update my blog and I usually have a post lined up over the weekend and then that goes on Monday, okay? Tuesday, I follow up with orders. And what I do, you guys, I live and die by this thing. This is my planner. This is my planner. It's my everything. Like my brain. This is my brain, you guys. If I don't have this, I'm clueless. I don't know who I have parties for. I don't know what I'm doing for the day. You guys, these are what my days look like, by the way. As I think of things I need to do, I immediately jot them down on the day that I need to do them. Because then guess what? I wake up in the morning and I know exactly what I need to start with. I know exactly what I need to do that day. I don't spend an hour going, what should I do today? What does my business need? I already know. It's done. I'm right there. Okay. So on Tuesday and Friday, I have a name of a person up here. That's the last person that I followed up with. And so I can go to my back office, see where I left off, and then follow up through all the other orders that are have arrived. And then when I get to one that hasn't arrived, I write that name down for the next follow-up day, and that's where I start. Okay, so I follow up, and in my follow-ups, I book parties and I share the opportunity of this business with my follow-ups. That's how I'm getting those in. Okay, I also update my friends list. I have a master friends list in a spreadsheet that I keep online. I use a website called Airtable. I have a master friends list. I go in, I copy paste my new friends since the week before, jot down any notes about them, the date that I added them as friends, because that's going to help me know when I need to ask them if they'd like to join my VIP group. I give them about 2 weeks. Okay, so that's Tuesdays. Wednesdays, I add new friends. That's why I update it on Tuesdays, because then I've got a fresh new batch coming in on Wednesday. So I add new friends from parties on Wednesdays. And then I also welcome our new teammates every Wednesday. I send them an email and I post in our team page just welcoming them and giving them a few resources to help them get started and just make sure that they know that we love them and that I am there to help support them. Okay? Thursdays, I check in with my hostesses for parties starting on Sundays. Just make sure that we're ready to go and that they have the information they need for us to get started on Sunday. And then I do any admin work, like catch up on like my tax tracker, like my write-offs and my expenses. I order office supplies, do that kind of stuff, like admin-y kind of things. Friday is another follow-up day. I check in with orders again. I schedule my party posts through the end of that party. So my parties start on Sunday, lessons run Monday through Friday. On Friday, I schedule posts from Friday to Wednesday because it's just kind of reminders and wrap up, and then I'm done with those parties on Fridays. And then I also send invitations to join my VIP group on Friday as well. Again, it's a little keyboard shortcut in my phone. I just go through my friends list and I'm like, these are the people I need to invite to my VIP group. I shoot them a quick message to invite them, okay? Saturday, I set up my new parties that are starting on Sunday. It doesn't take me very much, and then I'm done. If there's a few other things I need to do, I didn't get in any new tutorials or anything like that, I'll squeeze those in on Saturday, but I try to save my weekends mostly for my family. And then on Sunday, I start new parties. The only thing I do is Sunday morning, I add the hostess, send her a quick little message to know that we're ready to go, and then that evening, I just check in with the parties that have started, check in with the hostess, make sure the party link is in there, good to go, and off we go, starting another week on Monday, okay? So that's kind of the rhythm of my week. It helps to have different tasks for different days. You know exactly what you need to do on that day. There's no guesswork. Okay, and again, this is not the ultimate system. This is just what works well for me and my life and helps me keep up with everything and make sure that nothing is getting left behind or forgotten or dropped. Okay, and then when it comes to your month, the best piece of advice I can give you is to front load your month. On the first of every month, I set a goal to get to 500 PRS by the 5th of the month. I usually knock it out in the first few days because I just want it done with. And I chose 500 because that's the minimum PRS requirement for the highest status goal that I want to achieve. And so if you have a goal status that you're working towards, figure out what that minimum PRS is and make that your goal to hit that by the 5th of every month. If you can front load your month, then you have your minimum PRS requirement, and then you can shift your focus after that point to adding new people to your team, supporting your new team members, making sure they have what they need, booking parties, running parties, and then sales will fit in through the month. But if you're consistently waiting until the end of the month to get everything that you need for that goal that month, you're going to find yourself constantly scrambling, and you're going to get stuck in a lull in the middle of the month, okay, where you're going to lose momentum. So front load your month is my best piece of advice for your month. Create a kudos video as soon as possible. If you don't have the things for the kudos, order it if you're able. If you're not, that's what we're here for. We're a team. You can always use some of our videos or just put together a cute graphic with your face and the products. But a video tends to be best. And then after that, you can focus on anything else that you need to do for your month. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave those in the comments and I'll circle back and answer any questions for you. But time management really just comes down to being intentional and being disciplined. And again, you want to go to bed with a plan every single night and then wake up with purpose. Do your fast 5 and sneak in those other things as you need to. I personally, I don't go to bed until my have to get done that day. If there's something I can move to the next day, I will, if it can be moved. But if it has to get done that day, I don't just go, oh, well, it's just not going to get done. No, I stay up and I make sure that it happens. Probably I was not careful with my time or something popped up in my day as life happens, and I wasn't able to get to it earlier. But I hope this is helpful. If you have questions, leave those in the comments. I will make sure that I circle back with you and answer this for you, and I will check in with you later. If you ever need me, please reach out to me. I am here to support you. Okay,